Hey there, I have a lot of people ask me in relation to my relationship with my mother. I escaped a very strict religious cult that bans family members from speaking to people or family members that leave once they've been excommunicated. So I thought I'd share with you. Mother's Day is particularly hard for me because I miss my mother incredibly. But I always let her know that I still love her and I'm still here and I'm still the same person. I just am not controlled by the same religion that she's controlled by. Follow my journey as I share with you how strict and insidious this cult is here in Australia. It's worldwide, but majority is here in Australia. Yes, Sydney. Crazy. That's where the leader is too, by the way, just a fun fact. So I sent my mum a message, as I do every Mother's Day, saying, I just want you to know how much I love you and I'll always be here for you. And yes, she always comes back with the same response. Thank you. That prayer emoji and a hug. And I know some of you would go, well, she responds but guys, let's be real. This isn't even the bare minimum. And I'm not outing my mum here. I'm sharing with you how strict and how toxic this cult is on people in there, because my mum would be suffering from this. And people that leave, like myself, and also to share with other people that might be in a similar situation, saying that, to show that I'm 7 years out, nothing has changed with me. I'm unashamedly me. I'm not afraid to be gay, which is, one of the main reasons I left, because they're extremely homophobic. And so I've had some of you say, well, why don't you ask her out for a coffee? I've never seen you say it. Why don't you ask? Okay, I did. And this is what will happen. I'll do a part 2 when she responds, but she'll have to get approval on this response and watch the dialect or the language change, because it won't be her saying this. So you can see here, I've said, would you let me take you out for a coffee? No reply, no response. So this was yesterday. And she'll come back probably in a day or so with a scripture and as to why she can't. Now, this is not my mum speaking, I know, because she doesn't really know it that well. She's not really into the religion. She was born into it, and her parents were born into it. So it's very, well, her mum wasn't, but that's another story. But yes, just to show you that I do everything to try and, maintain a relationship with my mum. And, the Brethren have this website where they say they encourage. Well, this is not encouraging, because my mum is acting not on her own actions, but on that of the church. When I left, I just laid on the lounge and I just looked up at the ceiling, and I didn't, hours sort of fleeted into days, into nights, into weeks. And I remember, I think for 3 weeks, I couldn't work out what day it was or time. Seeing my own family, they obviously weren't supportive. It was all about them and, how you're making us feel. No regard for how I was feeling or how I was dealing alone in this new world. And I remember my grandma saying, the kids are praying for you. Where are you? They're crying for you. And I'm like, they have each other. I'm just alone. I didn't know that life would be better on the outside, because I knew what the costs were to leave, how much you had to lose in terms of the family, your whole world, and starting all over again. And remember, all my life, I was brainwashed to believe that life isn't better out there. You're better off to die than to leave. The first point was when I realized I was gay, and then discovered that homosexuality is accepted in the real world, generally. And the second point was that I had so many conditions whereby I would be loved. Everything I had to do to be a family member was on condition. It was never just, you as you are, authentic self, we love you. I think the last night of my life in there, my brother had been out drinking with his cousins, or our cousins, and came home and violently attacked me, got physical, and that's when I thought, I need to get out of here. This is physical. The people they're protecting us from are the wrong people that they need to be protecting us from. They need to be protecting us from themselves.